high numbers of antibodies to the.
I've never had to test you for the antibodies, but I've always had a decent immune system anyway. That even if I did get sick, I fight off everything pretty quick anyway.
Have you picked me up yet?
No, I'm easy.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if you could hear me or not.
Yeah, I got you.
Let me smack my gum a little bit louder. I love you.
I had to be careful with that. I don't like to hear me in there.
Oh, that's the thing about being up here. Like, there's no crowd for your voice to filter through, so you can be heard wherever you are down there. I have to be careful during track season when we're in the press box. Because Sonia likes to keep the window open when she's announcing. And, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you say.
All the words come right out of there.
Well, did you get new equipment and all? Yeah. I got some other new equipment coming that I was kind of hoping to have before now, but girl, you kill 'em.
Oh, sorry, I was unwinding them.
Yeah, we'll probably about $4,500 worth of equipment. Wow. I'm not sure what it all was. Because everything I look, I'm like, this is not mine. Yeah, I had to start. I mean, because it's a lot of the same stuff that I already had, and so I needed to go through and make sure that I knew who to use. Is that Linden over there?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that folks did this very familiar though. Our boys ain't in here getting ready or what? Or were they already out of there? I haven't seen them. Shooting up to like they're moving. Yeah. Right. They've been up like rotation last week over here. Where's Vincent gonna be at over here? It'll be right over here. Oh, fixing.
I get kicked out when it starts.
Yep.
I get kicked out when it starts.
Have you already got the camera set up where you want it? Just a reminder about the little flip switch when we start counting down time. Yeah, it's just all the boys.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. I just hope the Aquanet and hot rollers don't come back.
Is it Big Brewster?
Yeah.
For the boys that are freshmen, they're like seventh players. So they weren't the like Well, she was on the desk. Did dance, but she don't do that anymore.
Believe it or not, we're introverts.
Huh?
So believe it or not, we're introverts.
Well, I'm kind of happy that I'm hot, completely hot, and completely cold. What is it you say we're forced extroverts?
We're intentional extroverts.
Intentional extroverts, yeah. Like, only when we have to.
Yeah, me and Nancy, we're social, but at the same time, we like to do it.
Well, I'm forcing my husband into a social.
Yeah.
And
Don't know what that famous house is, huh?
there's a
How was
couple,
that?
they're both strangers to him. I know the wife. But they've moved back to town from being away for a while, and they're looking to try to plug in social. And so, Hayden Mack, he's the dental hygienist up there at the Dental Dental place in Omaha. It used to be, oh, I can't remember the name. Anyway, he's a little bit younger than me in school.
That's how I would know. Cause you graduated from high school, didn't you?
I graduated in 03.
Okay. Okay,
Hey, Rick.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, where's our elevator?
I know, right?
You're the,
yeah, that's a little tight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're the sixth person that said that.
Well, we need to get our priorities straight.
Well, we decided, actually said, you know, to have the old ticket booth back there. It's just completely not being used at all. Perfect spot. But,
I'm a fan.
I
It's a
agree.
zip line to get down, something.
Well, when we pulled up,
Hey,
I told
hey.
Coach Moore we needed a hoist system.
Yes.
So I had my cart and I was like,
Well, that ramp has got steeper since the last couple times.
well, when we were coming around the track, I said, all right, here we go. We got to push this thing up the non-ADA compliant ramp.
Well, the sun gotten a little bit, rough a little bit too, I noticed. Spreading apart.
What?
The ramp is kind of,
It's on there, starting to settle. That's good. After all these years, I guess. Dad's flying tearing up, I guess.
bringing back memories of the last time we did this.
Well, I was trying, yeah, I was kidding, right? I was trying to figure out, like I was getting everything set up and I thought, I don't remember working like, I mean, the whole system the way it is. And then I remember that we changed so many things towards the year last year that we finished up and then started adding stuff to basketball season and then never, I had the 4-channel one. And then, yes, and then the school was like, we'll replace all the stuff that you bought last year. And I was like, okay, you're not buying anything.
Yeah.
We're upgrading.
Well, I have don't know that 4-channel though.
Oh,
Or if it's yours.
it's mine.
Well, you or something.
No, we don't actually. You should not use these. Then we get into the video. I might not do that either.
You have that monopod or a monopod? I
You
guess
know where
that
that-
monopod.
Do you know where the monopod is, honey?
Henderson?
Henderson somewhere. I have one ordered, but it's on that.
There's Sulphur
on back
Springs.
order.
Where did I leave it? I left it somewhere else.
I remember that now. I'm trying to bring it up.
There's one ordered for you.
I got my COVID shot yesterday. So I'm good. So my arm is real sore. So I start, my camera starts going down.
Oh, you got the wrong arm then.
I know. Well, I'm left-handed, so I thought
Oh,
I'd do
okay.
work and, you know, feel right. I didn't think about
Mine, it was
You
funny.
got the J&J or the Moderna?
Moderna.
Okay.
I got mine
This
on
is now too?
Yeah.
Monday,
testing, testing. Testing, testing.
I'm in Philly. How y'all doing this morning? It's looking good right now. It'll just dry out. It'll be all right. Well, good morning. Every time I get a hold of you,
I told him you.
One of yours if you take two of mine. I'll take one of yours, but you have to take two of mine. Then I'll do it. I don't like the two we got.
Good morning, everyone, and we thank you for joining us for today's broadcast, brought to you by BIM Bomber Productions. I'm Jerry Braddock, along with the biggest Paul Pewitt football fan I know, Lance Luttrell. And this is one of the most exciting times of the year right here today, Lance.
Yes, sir.
We've got the first scrimmage for Paul Pewitt and Linden, Kildare today.
Finally getting a hit on somebody else. Been hitting on each other for a couple weeks now and 2 days. And
that's right. As we get rolling through August here, these teams have been practicing. I'm sure they're tired of hitting each other.
yes, sir.
Paul Pewitt's going to line up first on defense. Linden takes the snap from the gun. Quarterback's going to hand it off inside and be cut down eventually. Looks like Eric Morrison on the tackle.
Yeah, I think so. They're not going to have their correct numbers on today, I don't think. We're just trying to call them by how we remember them from last year.
And, boy, like I say, today's an exciting time right now. This is the beginning of the year right here. Everybody's fired up. Everybody's got hope. Everybody's got aspirations of winning the district championship, state championship.
Yep. Everybody still got a shot right now.
That's right. Fun and exciting.
Yes, sir.
Especially with last year. We're looking forward to this year and how things are going to be. Linden comes out from the center, from shotgun. Quarterback takes a snap, throws the bubble screen to the left, makes the catch. He's got some room, and he's going to be tackled. It looks like Tyrone Cobbins on the tackle for Pewitt.
Yeah, I believe that was Mikayla Perry on the coverage. That wouldn't play too bad, JB.
Not too bad there. Good pursuit by the defenders.
Right.
This year for Paul Pewitt, we're going to see a little bit of a defensive scheme change. You've got Coach Mason coming in as new defensive coordinator. Of course, Coach Dorsey taking over as the athletic director, head football coach. Some of the stuff we've seen from early on looks like it's going to be a lot more zone coverage than that was played last year.
Right.
I think they're going to base out of a 3-3 stack look. You'll probably see a lot of movement, a lot of aggressive blitzes. Looks like they're walking one linebacker down now to a four-man front.
Yeah.
Linden under center in the eye. Quarterback turns around, hands it off to his deep back, and he's going to be stacked up by a trio of Pewitt defenders.
Hey, that Cobbins, that young man, that Cobbins man, yeah.
2 tackles in a row.
Who is 25?
25 looks like maybe
Weaver?
Maybe Weaver. So Tyrone Cobbins looks like he's going to get his start at free safety this year.
Called that young man's name a couple times already.
Now, of course, this is a scrimmage format we've got going right here, so we've got no clock. Both teams out here with their coaching staff, getting everything installed, all the new stuff you want to run,
right.
Bringing some guys along last year that, might not have played as much, new starters.
Yeah, Linden's got a new head coach, too, over there.
And like I say, this scrimmage format right here, Linden's going to go with their first-team offense versus our first-team defense for 12 plays. I meant to start counting. I think we're on the third or fourth one here.
This is the fourth one, I believe, JB.
And this is like we talked about right here. This is the coaching points early on in the year, trying to get everybody lined up where they're supposed to be. Shotgun formation. Man in motion. Trips to the right. Quarterback's going to sprint out, look to the flats. He's going to throw it and be a completion. And that's another good shot right there. Is that
Cobbins again?
Cobbins again?
Making his mark, isn't he?
That young man has come to play here early on in this scrimmage.
Yes, sir. What age is he?
I want to say he's a senior, I believe.
Getting his shot, ain't he? Taking advantage of it.
He sure is taking advantage of his opportunity. Pretty good start here for this Paul Pewitt defense. We haven't allowed a first down here technically yet, have we?
No.
Quarterback's completed a couple of balls, but the Pewitt defense has been relentless on the pursuit so far.
Yeah, limited gains.
It's very early on here now. We've just looked at a few plays. Me and you, we've caught a few moments of practice and such, but I like what I've seen from this pursuit so far by this Paul Pewitt defense.
Yes, sir. Well, I can just almost imagine Coach Mason's going to have them going wide open if nothing else.
Yeah, that's a little bit of what we've seen at a couple of the practices we've been to.
Yeah. He got after it himself when he was out there. Then they got some good-looking kids, too, though.
Sure do. Looks like they're going to come out in the shotgun again. 3 receivers to the left. Quarterback sprints out. We've got another flag. Throws it out to his flats, and he's going to be tackled. Nice pursuit there by number 45.
Who is 45, wonder?
Well, it's like you say, we don't have a roster in front of us today, and there's going to be a lot of different jersey numbers that are not going to be going on through the season, so it's tough to tell. Little penalty on that one there again. Looks like Linden's working on their short passing game here to start things
Wow.
off.
High percentage.
Last couple of plays, they've got the quarterback on the move. Looks like that might be part of their offense. Let's get him outside, make his throwing lanes a little more clear.
He looked like a good athlete in warm-ups.
For Pewitt right here, it's interesting to watch what they're doing defensively. They've gone down to a 4-man front at times. That time they walked out the stack backer right there.
It's different seeing a zone coverage in the secondary. We hadn't seen that in 3 or 4 years here.
Yeah, especially on those short passes right there. Sometimes that can give you a chance to see the ball come out and really pursue to it.
And you're not left one-on-one out there either with a playmaker to leave you standing there.
Now they're going under center. Twins receivers to the right. Looks like we may have some form of man coverage out there. And we're going to have a whistle here.
Not enough.
And that'll be the theme of the day right here, is getting all the kinks worked out for both sides, I'm sure. A lot of coaching out there on the football field. Like you said, Linden, I believe they've got a new coach, head coach, so I'm sure they're bringing in a new system.
Yeah.
Linden went 2-7 last year in 2A Division I in District 9 over there. Paul Pewitt, of course, coming off an 8-4 regional semifinalist year. 3 down for Pewitt. Linden's back in the eye. Quarterback rides his fullback, looks to get the edge, and he's going to be pursued and wrapped up.
Cobbins was there. He just wasn't quite big enough to. Good pursuit by Cobbins.
Yeah, sure was. He had to fight off a blocker out there, too, on the edge. Nice pursuit on the backside there by 25 also.
It looked like some old school option, but there wasn't a pitch back out there.
Yeah, well, that may be some of the kinks they're working out there. But, yeah, that's a little bit of an older look right there. Triple option out of the eye.
That's got to be getting close to 9, 10 plays, I think.
Yeah, they may have just a few more here.
Yeah, they have 7 left. Shib said they had 7 left.
Two receivers left. Linden takes a snap out of the gun, looks to throw over the middle of the field, and it's going to be too high and a shot. Penalty marker down after, maybe on the hit.
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Got to play football.
You know, sometimes for a couple of old timers like us, it's best we keep our mouth shut on some of those.
I hear you.
I don't think he led with his helmet, did he? I thought he'd give him more of a push and a shove at the end.
Yeah, JB, I don't figure you probably wouldn't have got out of the preseason, I don't imagine.
No, not back the way, no. Not back then, but a different ball game now.
Different brand of football, for sure. Who is 81? Who we first say 81?
I'm not sure. We had maybe Noah Mayo, maybe.
Maybe.
I hate that we don't have these jerseys.
Let me check.
Shotgun formation again for Linden here. Tight end and back to the left. Quarterback pumps, throws a deep shot to the right side.
Nice fire on the quarterback. James Bird, I can tell, and I'm not sure who. Is that going to be Colton Wilson right there? JB, the nose? Aaron
I'm not
Weaver
sure.
up
I
there.
thought Wilson may be over here on the side over here.
Oh, yeah.
Like I say, just bear with us. We'll do the best we can on the numbers today. But good pressure there by the Paul Pewitt defense there.
Nice fire.
He threw it over there on our defensive left side. Cobbins looks like he was in on the mix. Amari looks like he jammed his receiver up pretty good.
Yeah.
He didn't even get good and released.
I don't believe you're going to be able to make your money over on that left side.
Now, you know how I feel about young Amari. I think he's going to have a big year here. Yeah, it may be tough going throwing against him.
Yeah.
In the gun. Quarterback sprints out right. Throws it to the flat. It's going to be caught. A missed tackle. Blocked downfield. And he may be gone. Touchdown for the Linden Kildare Tigers.
Just didn't wrap up.
Now that right there, that's all that was. That's all that was a bad tackle right there.
Yep.
Amari looked like he drove on it, tried to knock it out with his shoulder, but you got to remember to wrap up at times like that.
Yeah.
You know? Up until that point, though, you got to say we like everything we've seen out of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Linden did a good job right there at the back. Got a cut out there on our edge player right there. Quarterback was able to get outside. Good catch and run at the end.
Yeah. Showed a little speed, didn't he?
Sure did. Sure did. Good balls here by this Linden quarterback.
Has been.
You know, he's had the long ball that he missed on, there. But other than that, he's got a pretty good completion percentage.
Right.
Looks like we're going to line up for an extra point attempt here to get some of those in.
You could tell one was an athlete, though, whenever he come out on the field.
Yeah, we could tell pretty much he was the quarterback the first time we seen him. I don't know. We didn't see him warming up well enough. We didn't see any kicking going on, so we'll see how each team's extra point teams are.
Yeah. Pewitt losing vision. We're in question with our kicker.
We're in question with us. We're going to have somebody new kicking, see how much kicking we do, especially after last year, like you say, having such a reliable one for the last couple of years. Attempt's going to be just good.
So I don't know if you'll call it 1-0 or 7-0 or however you want to call it.
Yeah, that last touchdown effort right there, like you say. I mean, you can't, of course you got to correct your mistakes, but you can't harp on it too much there. I liked what I seen out of them for the most part on that drive.
Just got to wrap up. That's all that was.
Right.
They were
keep
there
that 8 or 10 yard pass. Keep it there.
Yeah, they were there to make the play. But
looks like Linden's going to have a few more plays here for their first offensive unit. We'll see how this defense bounce backs after that, right? That's the question.
Well, it seems like a long 12 plays. Heck,
They might have agreed. They might have changed the terms. They might have went 15.
Might have. Wonder if that's the McGee boy that knows. Weaver.
Bird. Shotgun again for Linden. Man in motion. Trips to the right. Quarterback's going to look out to the flat. Throw it to his slot receiver. Juggled for just a minute. And then good pursuit.
Yeah. That was well played by the Bulls defense. You can see, though, where Linden's running that short pass game, how they can get their people in space. They make that first guy, they slip that first tackle right there, and it's off to the races. Well, as you seen over there a while ago.
Yeah. It would be hard to call them balanced right now, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. How many run plays have we seen? Majority of them been pass plays for them.
Sure have.
Makai Perry's the corner on this side here now.
I know we're going to have Joey Green's going to be one of the linebackers, and I think Jack Morris and Eric Morris are going to be the other two linebackers.
We've got Ryder Gibson and Noah Mayo.
Somewhere out there.
I think maybe Ryder, maybe 80, and then Noah may be the other kid. Linden under center and a wing T look this time, a little something different. It's going to be a jet sweep to the far side of the field. Looks to get the edge.
Cobbins.
He's going to be wrapped up and tackled. Is that Cobbins again?
Cobbins led the charge again, son.
I'll tell you what, he's been impressive here to start things off. We got a hold out there on the outside?
Yeah.
No, offside.
There was a hold out there, though. He called false start.
Oh, okay, all right.
But there was a hold out there, too. Yeah, JB.
Looked like he may have been able to get the edge for a second, but good pursuit there by Cobbins.
Hey, Cobbins has been impressive so far here this morning.
Rangy, to say the least.
Right. He looked like he's a little.
We'll probably get some subs here. Looks like we're going to have DeAndre Hill checking in on defense. I think he's wearing 5 here for scrimmage purposes. Cobbins maybe shook up a little bit.
We got the hair knocked out of him, maybe.
You got the area's leading rusher coming in on defense, though, so that's something to get fired up about. All right, so back in the shotgun for Linden. Trips to the right. Paul Pewitt may bring some pressure here. Quarterback looks to the flat, pumps. Looking for a man downfield. tracking the ball.
Oh,
and that was going to be batted down. Almost intercepted by Makai Perry.
Got 52 down here. I guess he's a receiver.
I think Makai and Black were both in real good position down here in the secondary. You know, that ball right there hung in the air a little while.
Right.
So it was a little tough to track for everybody involved.
Well, I wasn't watching. I was watching what was going kind of in the secondary. I didn't. But it looked like we got some fire on the quarterback. I didn't see it.
Well, the linebackers, they were coming.
That's not bad for the Bulls' defense in the first 12 plays.
I got to say, that's pretty good defensive series for the Bulls here to start the scrimmage off. Of course, you never want to give up the touchdown.
No, but it gives you something to work on, too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So this may be the time right here we get to look at Pewitt's first-team offense and go against Linden's first-team defense. Looks like we got an offensive line meeting there. Right about the 30.
JB, neither team are really blessed with much depth.
No, we thought the count on Linden Tigers today was 26.
I hadn't counted us today, but we were somewhere between 30 and 35, I think, is what I've been counting the couple times I've seen them.
See a lot of Ironman football today.
Yes, sir. Well, Eric Morris, he's filled out some, hasn't he?
Yeah, he sure has. We've seen him take snaps at that fullback spot early on in practice. Might be able to take some of that load off DeAndre Hill.
Right. Or get DeAndre on the edge a little bit.
Yeah, that's what's exciting about it. Today's going to be our first look versus somebody else, you know.
Right.
There's a lot of questions that have got to be answered, you know. Everybody that's probably watching today has followed Paul Pewitt football and followed last year, the good run they had last year, you know. Of course, the questions we've got are the offensive line.
Yep.
We had 4 that graduated there.
You got to feel like, though, that with time they're going to be good. They're going to be all right.
You know, watching this slot T offense for a while like me and you have, they're going to be all right. It may be a little rough today.
Right.
But they've got a few players up there with decent size.
Right.
We'll see how the timing comes together here.
Coach Comer will coach them up.
Looks like it's going to be Hayden Green taking the snap under center, handing off to DeAndre Hill. Makes man miss. Keeps his feet driving. And he's going to take the first carry of the 2021 season for about 12 yards. That's got to be a good sign of things to come right there. Talking about this slot T offense for Paul Pewitt. That's where it starts right there. Is you've got the area's leading rusher coming back in DeAndre Hill.
Right.
He's had a couple of big seasons the last couple of seasons. Coming into his senior year.
He was at 1,000 yards a sophomore year too, wasn't he?
Right, just right at it. You know, so Hayden Green under center. Rides his fullback left, hands it off to him. Cuts back up the middle. He's going to be tackled. Now look here, some tempo from the Pewitt offense. The Bulls are going to line right back up, get right back on the ball. He's going to hand it off to Tavian from the halfback spot.
Oh.
Takes a shot there at the end. Ball may have come out. We've got a penalty flag over here on this side.
Did he lead with the head over here? Just what this flag's for over here is going to be.
Leading with the crown of the helmet.
I guess unnecessary roughness. I don't know what they want to call it nowadays.
Well, that was a nice pickup after going hurry up right there.
Right.
You'll see that from offensive coordinator Reggie Cumro at times, especially after a big game.
Right.
Line right back up on the ball and run it right back at you.
You know, after you have to tackle Black 2 or 3 times in a row and then to get you on your heels and then go hurry up on you.
That shows signs of a good offensive coordinator, especially with the kind of offense that we run. Of course, you're going to be ball control. You're going to take up a lot of the clock. You're going to play a lot of keep away. But at times, you're also going to see the up-tempo, no huddle.
Right.
Keep the defense on their toes.
Yeah. Well, we talked to Coach Cumro, JB. Did he say this was his 44th two-a-days he had started when we talked to him, started two-a-days?
Long time.
Yes, sir.
You don't think he's seen a thing or two?
Or 3 or 4.
Oh, looks like they're going to flip ends.
Yeah.
Riverside, as Coach Cumro likes to call it.
Yep.
Now we got to figure we probably haven't ran, 6 plays there yet, have we? Right at it.
4.
Linden looks like they're lining up in a 5-2 defense. Green under center. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out left, looking for a man in the flats. That's going to be caught by young Amari. He's going to be wrestled down, and that's going to give him first down yardage.
That's not bad.
Good accuracy there on the run
Yes,
by
sir.
young Hayden Green. You know, as he comes into his junior year right here, those are the kind of things you want to see. You want to see
Right.
progression. Left-handed, so you know you get him outside on his strong arm there. Nice catch there by Amari.
Yeah, showed nice hands.
Quick count. It's going to be a handoff this time to young Amari. Looks for a block. Cuts back once.
Oh,
Lowers his shoulder. Runs a man over. And he's going to step out of bounds right about the 44-yard line.
that was a nice read on his block out there.
Yeah, you almost, you know, that first cut that he made, you almost would have not seen so much hesitation, but,
Right.
you know, it's still early in the year right here. Now, you know, and that's me. You know, anytime young Amari gets the ball in his hands, I get excited.
Right.
He's got a
For
little
a
different.
reason.
He's
For
got
a
a little
reason.
different gait to him.
Yes, sir, for a reason.
Hey, how do you like that right there? Catching a pass in the flats over on the left side and then coming back on the buck sweep to the right.
Yep.
Get the ball to your athletes.
Put it in their hands.
Quick snap. Hand off to Tavian from the halfback spot. Cuts it up. And he's going to have another good game, close to 10 yards. I don't believe we've had any negative plays here on this series, have we?
No.
Everything here has been pretty positive.
Not bad work up front by the big fellas. I've been trying to look at them a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. That's where the questions will be.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, it's just going to take a little time.
We've got good-looking kids up there. We've got Colton Wilson.
McGee boys up there somewhere.
Hayden Weaver at tight
Braylon
end.
Nix. Braylon Nix.
So here we go. Slot T again for the Bulls. Green is going to hand it off on a tackle trap there to Tavian. Makes a man miss.
That was well executed.
Sure was. Sure was. That right there is that tackle trap coming back off the strong side there where you fake the dive.
Yeah.
Anytime you get those D linemen pursuing upfield, you'll get a guard trap, you'll get a tackle trap.
Right.
If you fly too far up the field, this offense will make you pay.
Yes, sir. Pick your poison.
Another good executed play as Pewitt drives into the red zone just outside of the 20. Quick snap again. It's going to be an inside trap to Black. Makes one man miss. Sheds another tackler. And he's going to go in for a touchdown. And if we're keeping score here, what's that going to be, Lance? It's going to be 7-7 or 1-1?
Yeah, well, we got to get this extra point. I guess it'd be one, and yeah.
Let's see what our questions are here. Like you said, we've got the graduation of Dalton Vissering, who's been really solid, really good, consistent kicker for us for the last few years.
Could usually count on him.
Right. He had good range, even at a school this size right here, good range up to 30, 35.
You know, Coach Dorsey was a pretty good running back himself. Actually, he's real good.
We got Coach Dorsey out here coaching up Black after that.
Yes, sir.
You know, you got to figure, well, it's like you say, coming from, you know, Coach Dorsey, who's well respected as an athlete.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure he's got some good points there.
Right.
But
Black ought to benefit well from him out there helping him.
right on. Maybe giving him some of that constructive stuff right after breaking a couple of tackles and going for a touchdown.
Yeah.
All right, so we may get some more offensive work here. We may not go with the extra point attempt. We may get all the offensive snaps we can. We've got a little shuffling around in the backfield here now. Looks like we've got Eric Morris coming to the fullback spot. Joey Green to the halfback spot.
I think so.
Potentially. Did you see that right there?
That was a dive to the halfback.
Dive to the halfback.
Sure was.
A little something different we haven't seen here in the last couple of years.
You know, I want to say we've seen that once in the playoffs last year. Seems like I've seen that one time.
Well, you know, We got the slot T system that we run, and of course there's a lot of teams that run a wing T system, and a lot of the plays are the same action, you know.
Yeah.
But as for us right here, that's not something that we're normally used to seeing.
No.
But I like it. It's something that you see here early.
Right.
A few wrinkles here.
Right. You got Tavian at that spot too. You know, I mean that.
Looks like Amari's still in the game at the tailback spot. Looks like he's going to get it.
Uh-oh.
And that young man's got a lot of grass out there in front of him.
Oh,
Hesitates. Makes a man miss. Turns the Jets on, and they're not going to catch him.
No, sir.
Now, we've got a penalty out here back here.
Laundry on the field back here, but oh well.
Woo-woo. And that's what I've been telling you about. That's what I told you.
Young man definitely has a different gear.
You know, the last couple of years we've had Kadrian Johnson, you know, at the tailback spot, and real talented back. But this year, young Amari, he's going to get his chances out there on the outside.
Right.
You see that hesitation right there to make the first man stumble?
Give him that old gimp leg, didn't he?
The second defender had the angle too, but he just ate it up.
Yeah, he ate it up.
He just ate it up. I got a good feeling we're going to get to see that a few more times this season.
I would imagine. I would imagine.
Young Amari on the sweep.
Yep. How many plays that, Sib?
I'm not sure.
This is play 11, he said.
All right, so we may have a couple of more here.
2 more left. Hey, do we go deep right here? We air it out right here?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Reggie plays. He may just want to see something here from
Cobbins.
One of these subs here in the back. We got Cobbins in at tailback.
I think so.
Green takes the snap. That's right, he's going to fake to his back. He's going to have a man wide open on the backside. Good call there, Lance. You act like you've been watching Coach Cumro call this offense for a while.
Just a few years.
Hey, and that's what we call the spread attack here at Paul Pewitt.
Yeah, air bulls.
Right there. That's the air raid.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Well executed.
Yes, sir.
Good fake to the fullback.
Right.
Man running wide open downfield.
Yeah.
Don't put too much on it. Just put it out there where you can catch it.
Yes, sir.
And good catch there. We'll figure out who 45 is right there.
I think that's Weaver.
No, Weaver's playing the tight end side. That was the split end side right there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get some numbers here later in the season, but good concentration by that young man to reel it in.
That was 60 yards or better, wasn't it?
Sure was. You know what was interesting, too, is we faked the dive over there to the right. Hayden Green opened up all the way to his left side, his strong arm side, so good footwork there by the quarterback.
Right.
Well executed.
Yep.
One more right here, perhaps?
No. Back up to.
Well, we've got one more play.
Yeah.
Might see Tyrone come around this side here.
Yeah, is that Eric?
Yeah, I don't know if Morris got it yet.
No. Yep.
Nope, quarterback's going to ride it. Gets a block out there, another penalty down. Hayden Green's going to lower his shoulder on the way out of bounds, right about the 50-yard line.
Right.
A few too many penalties today for my liking, though, you know.
I don't know what that was. He called holding.
And that may be the end of our offensive series for our first stringers.
Like what I saw on that, too.
Yeah, I like everything. Hey, were we 100% on our passing game?
Yeah.
Look at that. Hayden Green's quarterback rating is through the roof.
Hey, and threw more than one time.
Yes. Threw a sprint out.
Yeah.
Threw off play action.
Had 3 throws there in 12 plays.
That may be some of the maturity you see from young Hayden Green. You know, he's been running this offense for a while. See him get comfortable.
Yeah. I guess in all honesty, it'd be his, 5th year of running it since they're probably 7th grade.
Probably.
Or 6th year, actually. He's just a junior, right?
Just a junior. Had some success on the diamond this year, the baseball program did they?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he led the way. He's pretty rough up there on that bump. That left arm special.
Yeah, hard to walk away from that offensive series right there being displeased with anything.
I wonder who 3 is. That's a good-looking kid running in there.
Well, we had a few freshmen in the team picture.
Yeah. Not sure. I don't guess we're sure if there's going to be a JV, if there's not going. I'm not sure.
Everything we've heard this year, we're just not sure. The way the numbers are for us, it'll be close. If they have a JV team, they
Right.
may not have no more than 15 or so. So
Right, and then that's going to cut your varsity awful short. Maybe at the end of the year, you may be able to get away with some of that. But at the beginning of the year, playing up like we are, playing them bigger schools, it's going to be hard to go up there with, 22 players, 23 players, and
yeah, you're exactly right. Especially if you look ahead to our preseason, which of course, same as last year, is pretty tough.
yeah,
All of the schools that we play in the preseason are larger than us.
yeah, some of them way larger.
Yeah, one of them way larger. Yep. 3 of our opponents will be 3A Division I. One of them being a 4A school. All of them tough competition.
Yeah. I guess you kind of see where you're going to be at, though.
So what are we going to get right here? We're going to get second D, I think.
I think that 3 JB may be that Casey Watson kid.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. But he's a tall. It's just hard to tell him out there. We've seen him in different jerseys. He's got good height, right? Yeah, that may be Casey Watson out there.
15 going to be J.D. Smith.
What's interesting is even though we got what looks like technically our second D out here, you got your area leading rusher playing safety back there, DeAndre Hill.
Right. That goes back to that number game we're talking about.
Yeah, we had talked to Coach about that a little bit, trying to find that balance between how much defense versus offense certain players are going to play.
Right.
He's going to be expected to carry quite a load coming off of an almost 1,900-yard season last year.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be your man.
So we'll see how much of a defensive impact he's going to make.
But like Coach said, you're going to have him. He's going to have to give you something.
So we've got, looks like Tavian at the other safety there. Tyrone Cobbins has moved to the other corner. 9 right here, I'm not sure.
Not sure who that is.
Wilson, 76, he's in there at nose.
Yeah. Nick's boys over at that tackle on the other side.
So here we go. I formation for the Tigers.
J.D.
He's going to be met in the hole by young Smith.
Yeah.
Fired in there. Got Coach Mason fired up.
Yes, sir. Just got to wrap him up.
Hey, that's good signs right there from a young player. If you talk about that's one of your freshmen you got, 14-year-old kid playing there.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
We got to get a name for 75, don't we?
That's the
Knicks?
Knicks.
Okay, all right.
Well, you like to look at the safeties here.
Yeah. This is a Linden second unit, so we'll see how much shotgun we get. Well, looks like we're going to get some right here, right now. 2 receivers right. It's going to be jet motion. Turn it into orbit motion. It's going to be quarterback sweep to the right. Looks to get the edge. Tyrone Cobbins is going to come up, making the tackle again.
Tyrone's having himself a day on the defensive side of the ball.
You know what? He's it's hard to say who's been most impressive right now, but
yeah,
considering how much he played last year to looks like the role he's going to have this year.
Right.
And that time he was lined up at corner. So look, that right there, that's a double plus right there. If he can play different spots,
Right.
multiple roles, sticking his nose in there. Normally you run sweep outside because your corner, you want him to tackle.
Right.
If you're the offense.
Yeah. Tyrone said, not on this side.
Not on this side. Got up clapping that time. Yeah, I believe we'd have ran it the other way if it was me.
Yeah, or at least tried.
I think they were scheduled to go 10 plays, I think, with this unit. It's a pro set again for the Tigers. 2 backs in the eye. 3-3 stack for the Bulls. He's going to hand it off to the fullback up the middle and be drove back. Now, that one right there is interesting because we had a linebacker go the wrong way on that one.
Yeah. You can sure tell them are some JV kids from Linden in their second, in their twos.
Yeah, definitely tell a lot different.
Lots of freshmen out there, I would imagine.
And I mean, they've got this kid right here is a real athletic-looking kid, but the other kid, he was accurate on his short stuff.
Right.
So a little more run emphasis here with their unit. So they're coaching up this Pewitt defense right here. They're getting coached up by Coach Mason. That's what he's talking about. He said, "Where's my linebacker at?
Yeah,
you're keying fullback. You need to be there right now." Good tackle there by Black. A couple of more subs. 2 receivers left here for the Tigers. Quarterback looks to the flats. He's going to throw it. It's going to be caught. Oh, and DeAndre Hill stripped it. Oh, come on. Here we go.
15. JD was going to have a scoop and score.
Almost a scoop and score.
Yes, sir. It was almost. He had it, and the boy pulled it back out of his hand.
Woo, now I tell you, that fires me up right there. That's what you want to see. Your senior area leading rusher, DeAndre Hill, with the strip there. You know, it's it's a wonder why he's running here with the 2s on defense. You know, but I like it.
Yeah. All like we said a while ago, he's going to have to give us some quality time on the defensive side of the ball this year.
Well, me and you, we've talked a little bit about it off the field right here. You know, with a program at the size we've got, always a 3A program, your seniors lead the way. Right. So, you know, you've got to get as much as you can from them, those guys. Right. It's their time to shine.
He's got to want it, too. You know, he's got to want to be on both sides. It's not easy going both ways.
No, not at all. Looks like Coach Mason's coaching them up, though.
Yeah, especially from the fullback spot like DeAndre does it. Well, JB, you know.
Hey, did you see the pursuit there by the rest of the defenders after the fumble?
Everybody's running.
Yeah, I mean, you would like to see the scoop and score, but there were 4 or 5 guys right around there hustling to the ball.
For sure.
And especially with a defense like this, that's what it's all about. Is putting as much speed as you can on the field and being relentless and everybody getting to the football.
Well, 3's a good-looking kid down there, isn't he?
I think that's Watson.
Yeah, he's just a freshman, too.
Yeah, so pro set here for the Bulls. Yep. They're going to slide down the linebacker, go to a 4-man front. 2 backs in the eye. Quarterback hands it off to his fullback there again. He's going to surge forward and have a good gain for about 9.
I think that's 13. That's going to be Trace Goforth there. I can tell by the way he stands.
These young linebackers right here are getting some good work.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, another thing is, too, you got to think about young linebackers like that. How many times do you see the fullback dive out of the eye? How many Friday nights are you going to see that nowadays?
Right.
We talked about this Linden coaching staff led by a coach that played back for the Houston Oilers, Kyle Freeman. A little bit of that old school stuff.
Yes, sir. We knew it was coming. You
Normally
can tell by looking at him, JB. That's what he's finna run some of that.
2 backs in the eye again. Quarterback fakes it, looking for the bootleg out right. It's got a man in the flats. It's going to be wrapped up by Tavian Brown.
Trace Goforth again. Good pressure on the quarterback.
Nice little throw and catch from the Linden offense there.
Tavian's going to be one of them wild cards, too, because he can play quite a few different positions, too.
You know, we've seen him have a good number of runs last year.
Yeah.
You know, he's wiry. You know, he breaks tackles.
Yeah.
You know, and then, like you say, he played a lot of safety last year. So it'll be interesting to see right here. I mean, you've got, with the 2s right here, you got Tavian and DeAndre Hill running, but it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
Right.
You know, it's like you talked about. They're going to have some kind of balance.
Well, you got to try to kind of have some kind of plan going in with the few kids as we have, you know.
Right. So Linden should be getting to the end of their play count here in this series right here.
We're not even on the, what are we doing?
So we've got.
Oh, they're punting? No?
No, split backs. Quarterback's going to hand it off to the fullback up the middle.
Oh, we got.
He's going to shed a couple of tackles. We're going to have another good gain of close to 11 yards.
Did we ever say who we figured out 9 was? Oh, no, that's going to be.
I don't believe so.
Gibson, maybe, or. I'm not sure. It's frustrating, ain't it, not knowing who.
Frustrating with the numbers.
Well, the weather couldn't have cooperated no more better than it did, JB. It could be hot right now.
Luckily, it's not blistering right now. We got a little cloud coverage.
Yep.
Slight breeze every now and then.
Yep. And my, how good it is to watch a game from the Pirates at the Bremen Dome.
Oh, my goodness. Talk about home sweet home.
Yes, sir.
Last year, we were fortunate with everything going on. We got to, you know, have home games at Sam Parker Field in Mount Pleasant for the social distancing and such.
Yep.
But it sure is good to be home.
Wasn't the same.
Linden having a little trouble lining up here with their 2s. Looks like Coach is going to get them in line right here.
I imagine he is.
He said that with a little authority.
It's a good-looking kid, too. 33's a good-looking kid.
Now, we were informed a little bit, like you say, we're going to have our offensive 2s go next. We'll see if they do anything else after that because we were told there wasn't going to be much of a JV look.
No.
See if we get a live period at any time.
Didn't it have at the bottom of the schedule there was going to be a live period?
I'll have to go back and look here.
It says there was going to be.
Man in motion, bad snap. It's going to be a busted play.
What was that finna be? That's finna be
Jet, fake jet.
Maybe so.
He brought a man in motion, snapped over his head.
Yeah, I think it said something about they were going to start at the 30-yard line and 4 downs and go back to the 30-yard line, and then, or if you got stopped, go to the 20 and turn around and have red zone offense or something like that.
Yeah, maybe so. They'll have some form of it.
Yeah. These scrimmages have come a long ways over the years. You know, you used to have all the jamborees. You know, you'd have 2 or 3 different teams come.
Yeah, we've had that at times. Sometimes that's what our first scrimmage is a 3-team scrimmage.
Yeah.
Shotgun for the Tigers here again. Receiver in motion. He may have been going forward. Cuts it upfield. He's going to have a good gain of about 15 yards.
Pretty good open field tackle by number 9 over there.
Sure was. That second quarterback for Linden there, he looks like he's got some wheels.
Yeah, I bet he's a freshman. I bet he was a JV quarterback.
Looks like we may have Colton Wilson coming in at nose on defense, getting a little work.
You know, I think McGee wore 70 last year. I don't know, not to say that's him out there again in 70 this year, but. And you know, you talk about our twos on our offense going next. That's going to be a bunch of our ones again, probably at different positions.
Different positions. That'll be interesting to see how we line up when we get the ball.
Right.
You got to see some of these twos though here on defense step up. Hands it off to the fullback there again, and that's exactly what you want to see right there. They've ripped us on that fullback run about 3 or 4 times now. You want to see those young linebackers and defensive linemen getting in on it.
Yep. Fill the gap.
What you want to see is progression every play and every day. Exciting times, though. Exciting times. New football season getting underway.
Well, you see these young men pull these helmets off down here. It's like whenever I was in high school. All this long hair, boy. Hadn't seen that in a while. Not that was that long ago or nothing. So scrimmage Commerce next week, not sure time or nothing like that, but I think that's what's on the schedule is Commerce.
Mm-hmm. Commerce.
Thursday at 6, we was told.
Quarterback fakes to the fullback.
Nice tackle, J.D. Smith. Thursday at 6. Tentatively.
And it won't be long after that.
No, sir.
Be week 0.
Will be right there.
Be counting for real.
Winsboro Red Raiders.
Winsboro Red Raiders, and you know we've got a little excitement about that one. Last year that game was canceled. To start the year off. That was when we were unsure how much of a football season we were going to have.
Right.
Luckily, that was the only one we had.
That Winsboro game may be a quick one, JB.
Yeah, both teams running the slot T may be done before 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
A lot of rolling clock in that one.
And Winsboro's been good here the last couple of years.
Winsboro, they beat Mount Vernon
over there.
They beat Mount Vernon last year on a controversial field goal call.
Right. You know, that's a rough district they're in over there.
Well, we're playing 3. If you count Commerce, you got Commerce, Winsboro, Mount Vernon, all in that same district over there. You know, those are all 3A big schools.
Right.
So here we go. Linden under center again. Maybe a sprint out attack here. Nope, he's going to hand it off to his deep back on a counter look. Be wrapped up by DeAndre Hill. Eventually slung down. Looks like he's going to have a first down.
Yes, sir. Like I said, it's the way it is any year. You're going to have to fill some spots. Younger kids are going to have to step up.
Every year you've got kids that are gone, you know.
Right.
And a lot of times that just presents opportunity for somebody else.
Right.
I like a lot of the names that we've got coming back. I know everybody's clamoring about the offensive line and how it's going to be. You know, me and you, we talk about it. We know how long Reggie Cumro's been here, and really the offensive line is. I'm not worried about it. No. Yeah, there'll be some growing pains. It may not be exactly the same.
But you know, like we talked about, the slot's not made for the big offensive line that we've had, really and truly.
Right. Everybody talks about the size we're going to miss, you know, but you run the wing T, slot T offenses. You run those offenses. Oh, we've got an interception by Tavian.
Tavian picked it.
an inaccurate ball by the quarterback. It's going to be an interception.
Yep.
He's greeted by head coach Cedric Dorsey. He's getting fired up about that one.
Nice hands from Tavian.
Sure was. You know, back to the offensive line, though, like we were talking about, everybody's clamoring about, you know, we're going to miss the size. You know, this is why you run these kind of systems right here for smaller kids.
Right.
And sometimes the quickness and the aggressiveness makes up for that size.
Right.
You know?
Right.
All that trapping you do and the angle blocking that you do and the pulling. Yeah, that's what it's for, is to get on them quick.
Yeah, when you're not blessed with speed everywhere, you got to use what you can use. Black's growed well too.
Yeah, he looks good here coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks good coming into this year right now.
He's growed.
His lower half looks good.
Yeah.
Looks like he's been in the weight room a good bit.
Yep.
It's like we talk about, though. You just want to keep the wear and tear off of him, kind of.
Right.
You know, I mean, you gotta grind and you got to get through this early part of the season. But thankfully today we haven't seen any injuries on either side. No. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
And that's what you want to see. So right now it looks like we're going to get our twos on offense. Let's see. It's going to be harder. It's going to be harder with the numbers. We'll see who takes a snap. This will be interesting to see. Nonetheless, we know coming into this preseason, they've talked about different guys at different spots and rotating and having guys that can play multiple spots. But we'll see how much of it they do.
Did we figure out who 22 was?
That's not Makai, no. Makai was 20.
That's a good-looking kid there, too, boy. Whoever 22 is. Is it going to say it ain't so?
Say it ain't so. We'll see here. Let me break the huddle. We had DeAndre Hill Black coming into this 2 huddle. Now, I don't know. I've got one good guess why he would be in there. Could be taking some snaps, maybe.
Possible.
You know, last year we've seen it a little bit from Reggie right here. You know, we've seen some of our speedier athletes take a snap and threaten to get out to the outside.
Right.
And that looks like that's what we're going to get right here.
Yeah.
Black looks like he's going to take some snaps. It's going to be important to see how comfortable he is right here. It's going to tell us a lot.
James Bird at fullback spot.
14 there, maybe Joey Green, right?
Joey Green's the halfback. Who's
I'm not sure at the tailback. We talked to a coach earlier. He mentioned somebody. Yeah, we do.
I can't see him over there.
It might be that 80, whoever that was, on defense. Let's see how comfortable Black is taking a snap here. Clean exchange. Hands it off to Bird up the middle. Breaks a tackle. Stiff arms a man to the ground. And James Bird's going to bust loose. Makes another man miss. Chased by one Tiger defender. And he's not going to catch him. And that right there is a very nice run by what looks like James Bird. The stiff arm, real impressive. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We'll have to get Coach Sid to get that on a highlight here coming up in a week or two.
Yep. Hey, and nice exchange. Nice feet work there.
Hey, that was the thing that got me was how clean Black took the handoff and how he executed his fake down the line.
Yeah.
And then I seen the dive back rumbling up in there. Next thing you know, he's cut back.
Yeah, he broke the first tackle, then outran everybody.
And stiff-armed the defender to the ground. Beast mode.
Beast mode. We was talking about old Bird last year, wasn't we?
We sure was. How good a kid he was looking. How good a looking kid he was. He's built well in his lower half.
Yeah.
Showed some power on that one. Now, that's James Bird at the fullback spot. You know what you got with DeAndre Hill.
Right.
Area's leading rusher, almost 2,000 yards coming back.
And then you had Eric Morris.
Then you got Eric Morris in the mix.
Right. You know, you could, boy.
We may have a wealth of talent in the backfield.
Have a bunch of 600 or 700 yard rushers, you know.
Now, this Linden team that we're scrimmaging here today, they've got a new coaching staff, and they're coming off a season in which they went 2-7. So to keep things realistic here, we know how tough our preseason is going to be. But I like a lot of what we've seen today. A lot.
Right.
All right, here we go. Black at quarterback. That looks like all they needed to see out of James Bird.
Yeah, J.D. Smith at fullback.
Black's going to take it, hand it off to Joey Green over here on the offensive left side.
He got it back.
Yeah, he's got it. He never let go of it. He almost did.
Still nice footwork.
Yeah. Do you see that footwork there by the quarterback?
Carried his fake out. You know, that's a lot with the sliders carrying that fake out.
That right there gets you fired up.
Hey, quite a few options. You know?
Right. You may have an abundance of options back there. It may be tough. You know, there's only one football.
That's why I said you may have a bunch of 600 yard rushers. You know, 500-600 yards rushers, 3,000 yards rushing.
Yeah, we know this slot T offense at different seasons have had really great numbers.
I'd like to see Black take snaps with the ones.
I'd like to see him get outside here, right here, fake it to JD, get outside. There's a sweep over there to the right side.
That's
80 looking for room, reads his block real well. He's going to outrun one defender and be eventually pushed out of bounds right about the 37-yard line.
Hey, I don't know who 88 is, but I like him. For
80.
88 over here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Him and number block on that one?
Well, him and number 3 went it all for about 30 yards.
Good execution there on the buck sweep. Had the misdirection in there from the halfback.
Yeah. Like you said, lots of positives so far.
Whole lot of positives so far.
Still lots of questions to be answered, though.
Yeah, like who's wearing what jersey?
Right, that's
the main one that you got going on today.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh, who's this at quarterback now?
Looks like young Cobbins, Tyrone Cobbins
Yes,
coming in
sir.
at quarterback. We've seen him take snaps some in the preseason also, these practices. James
back
Bird back in the fullback.
Oh.
It's going to be a trap play inside to Bird.
Hey.
He's got some more room. That defender didn't want none of that stiff arm on that one right there. Can he go? He does all the way. I think his legs may be a little heavy after that first one.
Got pretty good average going, don't he?
Yeah, he sure does.
May have found ourselves a football player.
You know, not to get too far, we're just getting into this season right here. But every year, you know, you got kids graduating. You know, after we've always got a leading rusher leave, you know, everybody says, well, you know, who's going to take that spot, you know, and that may be a glimpse of the future right there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been saying that for I don't know how many years, JB, up here. Who's going to be the fullback next year?
Yeah, that's right. After you get one of those, you know, Jesse Harrison, B.A.
Yeah.
Betts, you know, or whoever it may be,
Yeah.
DJ Burleson through the years or whoever.
Yep.
LeJathan Allen, you know, you're always wondering who's going to take that spot, you know.
Yep. That's a lot of it you go back to. A lot of it's the system.
The system.
It's the system.
It's the system. That right there was inside trap play, so you like to see that execution.
Right.
You know, we talk about defenses, especially the way football's played, offense and defense. Most of the time when teams that we're playing, they're playing a lot of spread teams, you know, a little bit of pro stuff. You don't get to see the slot very much, even though it's getting a little popular here in East Texas.
You are seeing a few more than you have been seeing.
That's right. I mean, you know,
around here, you know.
That's right. You got Winsboro down the road there, you know. Got Pittsburgh.
Hugh Springs runs it.
That's right. So here we go. Slot T look again. Tyrone Cobbins under center. Smith at fullback.
Yeah.
Cobbins is going to take the snap. Sprints right. Runs into his own man. He's going to be tripped up.
Little miscommunication there.
That right there, that's what you're working on in this time of year right here. You know, that's what you expect with your twos.
Yeah.
That's what you're working on. Fullback's got to get out of the way on that one.
You know, I'm not sure. I think maybe offensive lineman got shoved back into him.
You know, in all honesty, what it looked like to me, I don't know how much intention Cobbin had to throw in that one. It looked like he wanted to get outside and run that.
Yes, sir.
Which, you know, that's what with this offense or the sprint out pass, and even when you do it the spread like Linden does, that's what you get outside for. You move the quarterback's location, you know, because you get that run pass option.
Right.
So here we go. Cobbins under center again. Still a 5-2 look for Linden on defense. Cobbins hands to his fullback, J.D. Smith, spins out of a tackle. Cobbins goes downfield, races him, looking to get a block. Oh, J.D. lowers the shoulder.
Nice run there by J.D.
Nice young run right there by J.D. Smith.
Like you said, you had your quarterback Cobbins hustling downfield to try to throw him a block.
Cobbins showing some more range even on that one. He looks like he's running real well this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Cobbins, he's had himself a day.
Sure has. Yeah. If we're going to have a most impressive player so far, that's going to be him. Especially with the role that he played was limited last year.
Right. Looks like he's ready to carry a little load this year.
Looked like he grew a couple inches over the summer.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
So here we go. Got DeAndre Hill back under center.
I bet is it going to be Bird again for a touchdown?
I want to see DeAndre keep one of these.
Me too.
Not that one. He's going to hand it off to Bird. Does some rough running in there. Stumbles down to about the 4-yard line.
That's what your normal fullback in your slot T looks like. You know what I'm saying? Body-wise.
That drive right there. Running behind his pads.
Don't get me wrong, Black's a great fullback, but he kind of built a little long. And for the fullbacks in the past, at Pewitt anyways.
Right. Yeah, it's like you say, there's a certain body type you kind of look for.
Right.
And that right there, that's that leg drive that you want to see right there. And, this is kind of the point right here, Of course, in the beginning of the game or scrimmage, it doesn't quite look like that. But once you get into the third and the fourth quarter, that's when those 4- and 5-yard runs start turning to 15, 20-yard runs.
How many times do you want to keep tackling Bird?
That's right. And then you're going to have to answer, how much do you want the physicality of the slot T?
Right.
How bad do you want it?
So far, it looks like our backs are bringing it. Offensive line, like I said, it's going to take a little time. They ain't bad. They hadn't did bad, though, at all.
They've done good. We haven't had a bad exchange.
No.
We haven't even had a handoff or anything like that. Cobbins at the tailback spot. Goes in motion. They're going to hand it to him. Gets a block out in front. He's going to score.
Hey, 70 handing them out.
He got a little syrup with him this morning?
He had a little syrup in his back pocket this morning. Well, JB, I quit keeping count. I'm going to say that's 4 or 5 to 1.
Right. It's been, besides the 1.
6 to 1. We're getting 6 to 1 coming to us.
All right, and the one that we gave up was, just a bad tackle,
Missed tackle, yeah. It's got to be rough for Linden coach staff coming in with, you don't have many numbers, man. It's just hard to do anything with 20-some-odd kids,
Right.
Like we talked about, you can just barely have a full scrimmage in practice,
Yeah. If you've got 26, you barely got enough to go 11 on 11. Hard to get that picture sometimes.
And that's freshmen through seniors. That's just not varsity. No, that's the whole high school.
So here we go right here. We got a little.
I bet he keeps it this time.
DeAndre Hill under center.
Oh.
Drops back. Play action pass.
Got him.
He's going to keep this in one hand. Carry it like a loaf of bread.
He's going to get cleaned up.
They haven't brought him down yet. He's shedding tackles.
Look at Cobbins run downfield.
Look at this right here. Man's got an angle on him. Oh. He's going to shove him off. Keep going. Wow.
Hey, let me tell you what the most impressive play of the whole play is.
Tell me.
Mr. Young Cobbins.
The hustle.
Running 45 yards.
I don't know. The broke tackles are pretty impressive.
To throw a diving block. He dove. Superman blocked him.
Now that right there, that's just how you drew it up, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That right there is, you talk about athleticism right there. That's it.
Yeah, he ran about 115 yards there to get to 60. And there's flag on the field, brought it all back.
Be interesting to see how many of those we see this season, huh?
Well, I mean, it's just another option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, but it says something because we've seen it some early. But we hear from Coach Dorsey right there, the young DeAndre Hill get up.
Yes, sir. Coach Mason, they didn't like that.
I imagine he's going to have a little lactic acid build up after today.
Yeah. I figure you wouldn't want to lay down like that. They make you run more if you're laying down like you're tired.
He was carrying that thing like a loaf of bread with one hand on that far sideline, cut it back all the way over here.
You know, and like I was still not taking nothing from Linden, but that's not Atlanta chasing him, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. Some of the opponents we're going to see in the preseason.
Right. You know, we seen a little clip from Hooks last night. They had a sophomore running back.
He had a good run, we seen.
Yeah, I sure did.
It's going to be a tackle trap to the halfback. Looks like
Joey
Green sheds a tackle. Looks to get an angle. He's going to make a cut and fall down, lose his footing.
Nobody touched me. He got back up. Nobody touched me.
We've seen Joey Green at times. He's had some wheels. We've seen him.
I think that's going to be it. Yeah, yeah.
All right, coming into this period right here, it's a little off script for us. We're not exactly sure how it's going to go. But from what we're guessing, we think each team's going to have a shot to go inside the red zone.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a little more live because the officials are gathered up like they're really going.
Yeah.
You know.
We've got. We're not going to have any time. It doesn't look like on the scoreboard today.
No. Let me read that again. How it was set.
But looks like Linden's first offense is back out there and our first defense nonetheless. So we'll see what's what. Linden starting quarterback back in there. And all of our starters
He's had a while. He didn't play much defense, did he?
No, I don't see him play any. 3-3 stack for the Bulls. Quarterback keeps
nice
it.
Play. You got to make the tackle.
He's going to be hitting the backfield.
He's hurt. He hurt his.
And eventually wrapped up. Eric Morris came in there.
Got to keep your head up, young man.
You got to keep your head up. It looks like he might be all right.
Got him a stinger. Regardless, it was nice. He filled the hole nice.
Yeah, he was there. And Eric Morris looks like he's getting the start at that middle linebacker spot.
Yeah, he's going to play. He's one of them.
So he's going to have a larger role.
He's one of them seniors you're talking about, JB. That's got to play his part this year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we always talk about that natural progression. By the time you're a senior, you're the oldest of the age group. There's nobody older than you.
Right.
You've got the most experience playing on Friday nights.
You've been
the game is slowing down to you.
Right. So that was the first play, right?
That was the first play. Second down here on the down marker. Linden in the gun. Sprint out right. Quarterback looks deep. Goes to test Amari Johnson. And that's not a good idea, Lance.
No.
Not a good idea. I'm going to say it here so it's on the record, too. We can look back at it. I told you Amari was going to have twice as many interceptions as he had last year. I said, look, if he's playing a lot more zone coverage where he can look at the quarterback and see the ball coming.
Right.
Last year the defense that they ran was, just mostly exclusively man coverage.
He on the island. He's out there on the island by himself.
And that's one of the toughest things you can ask a kid to do on the football field, is to run and chase and not be able to see hardly anything behind you and then be expected to find the football and defend it.
Especially he was just a sophomore last year, too.
Right. It made big plays. Some of his biggest plays were against Legion Fields in the playoffs,
Well, yeah, that quarterback, he'd been picked 6 times all year, and Amari picked him twice in the playoff game.
Right. We know he's dangerous. He's dangerous on the return game, the kick returns.
Right.
All right, so here we go. Looks like we're going to get pro formation from the Tigers. Offset fullback. Stack look for the Brahmas.
Oh.
And that's going to be Eric Morris filling in.
I don't know who the
big stop, eventually throwing the ball carrier down. Getting some more coaching from Coach Mason over there.
I don't know who the big fella is up front, 68, but he's the one that made the play. He blowed him up to open the hole for Eric Morris. Big 68 blowed him up, boy.
I like what I've seen out of this first defensive unit. Like you say, it's tough. Linden's got a new staff here, so it's tough to gauge, how good a competition you've got here today. But I like everything I've seen out of them.
Right.
I like the pursuit.
Right. And
the passes had been defended well. We had the missed tackle. You're gonna
he
have
wasn't just widely open. It wasn't like a blown coverage or anything like that.
Amari was there. Another week or two, he might be breaking on that one.
Right.
So here we go. Pro eye for the Tigers again. Tight end right. Quarterback's going to play action. Roll out to his right. He's being chased from behind. He's going to throw to his tight end. Looks there, and that's going to be broken up. Incomplete.
Eric Morris and who is that, Tavian? It's nice coverage. He had 2 guys on him.
Yeah. That's their sprint out game. They've went out under center, and they've had that fullback there a couple of times, but it looks like we're responding well to it.
Yeah.
So the down marker over here is first down again, though. So like you say, it's a little tough to see exactly how this series is going to go. But that would be a 3 and out there for the Bulls, right?
Right. So we had a 3 and out, and we had a pick. So they got
pretty good defensive stands here.
I just wonder.
Now, who do we got number 3 over there? Is that young Watson? Man.
That's a good-looking kid.
Good-looking kid, ain't he?
Be a freshman, boy. He's a good-looking kid.
He's had a good role here with the ones.
You know, he stood out to me in practice the other day when we were up here.
So 4 down for the Bulls this time. Excuse me, they're still in their stack here. 2-by-2 for the Tigers. Quarterback throws to his receiver in the flats.
52.
Looks to make a move. He's going to be eventually shoved out of bounds. We've got somebody else playing corner over here. This is 9 over here. It's not Mackay.
'80's going to be the Morris kid, right? The other Morris kid at linebacker.
Jack Morris.
Jack Morris, yeah.
He played some tailback, too. That's what Coach told us, right? Jack Morris was the name.
Yeah.
Forgive me, we couldn't get the name.
Yeah.
Joey Green playing the stack backer spot. Eric Morris playing the stack backer spot. We didn't figure out who 12 was, did we?
No, never did figure out 12.
Tavian playing
Tavian looks good over there, don't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He's filled out, too. Him and Young Amore will be a duo next year,
You
too,
know,
boy.
I mean, it's interesting to see. They said they're going to, we're going to have some balance and some subs, but it's going to be interesting to see what that starting secondary finally looks like because Cobbins isn't out there. Here we go, 2-by-2 for the Tigers.
Boy,
There's good pressure there by the Bulls. Going to be dragged down.
You about to see that quarterback get up. He got his leg up underneath Casey.
Yeah,
there.
he did.
Hey, that's nice pressure by the young freshman right there.
Did he get off early there, though?
No, I didn't think so.
We got a flag down for something.
I didn't think so, not at all, actually. That young man to get him some playing time right there, JB.
Yes, sir.
You know, and it's hard to almost even imagine a freshman starting on varsity. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't have the numbers that we have.
Yeah, or when you got kids that look like that.
Right.
A little bit hand in hand there, both. So here we go. This is 3rd and short. Looking at our downs. Shotgun again here for the Tigers. Receiver in motion, false start. Quarterback's going to take the snap, look for the quarterback sweep.
A little sloppy there, wasn't it?
Running back moved too early.
A little sloppy.
Are they marking off penalties on this series here? I don't think they've marked anybody back.
I don't think they have.
That's part of a scrimmage. Like you say, you're working through this stuff.
Pretty good turnout here for a scrimmage on Saturday morning. Both sides, actually.
You know, there's going to be that's what's going to be the best part. Me and you talked about it. Is the best part's homecoming for us, coming back home. I can't wait to see how Friday nights are going to look.
Ooh-wee.
We're going to have some big home games on the schedule. We're going to have Dangerfield come to the house.
Got Salina coming to the house.
Mount Vernon.
Chisholm. Chisholm be a big game, too.
Sure will. Jet motion to the right again. It's going to be a screen out there in the flats.
Oh,
He's going to catch it and be pursued. Is it Amari coming up on the tackle?
Yeah, nice work by Amari over there to beat the block by the wide receiver.
That young man's going to have a big season.
I believe so.
I'd bet you a soda he's going to be first district, all district first team corner.
You think?
I bet. I bet you a soda right now.
There's no doubt, JB.
He's gonna have a good interception total. Better watch out when you throw it to him too. You don't want to chase him. All right, so the downs are set. 1st and 10 again here for the Tigers.
What number is Cobbins, JB?
6. 3-down look for the Bulls on defense. Split backs for the Tigers. Quarterback's going to hand it off inside to his fullback.
Looks like Weaver and we still ain't figured out who 12 is. That's got to be Mayo or Gibson. 12 does. It's got to be one of them two. Got to be.
Yeah.
And 9's going to be the other one, isn't it? Over here at this corner.
It's tough to say, man. Please forgive us. We get us a roster. We'll be in full swing. Some of these kids, like you say, you put a helmet and a jersey on them, it's tough to tell.
Right.
So after the short gain, 2nd down for the Tigers.
I wonder how many plays that is.
2 backs in the eye.
8.
2 receivers left. Quarterback takes the snap, fakes to his fullback, turns it upfield.
Oh.
He's going to lower the shoulder and be tackled by Tavian Brown. That's going to move the chains.
Tavian's playing safety, right?
Yes, sir. So if nothing else here, we're moving
Yeah,
the chains. We've got a little bit of a live feel to it.
That's going to be. You're right, JB. The secondary is going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting, you know. I mean, it's got me excited about it. If you think about, you know, if you could get, you know, Cobbins, Tavian, DeAndre Hill, Micah Perry,
Amari.
yeah, all of them at the same time.
Right.
You know, it'd be interesting to see how they do it, you know. Especially you start playing some of the quality opponents we're going to play.
Right.
You know, and you're going to have Dangerfield. You know, you're going to have your secondary in shape for them.
The most speed you can have
You
out
know,
there.
Play teams like Solana,
Yeah.
you know. Mount Vernon's liable to run the spread. We're not sure what they're going to be running yet.
Yeah.
Shotgun for the Tigers. Bit of a high snap. Quarterback rolls out. Ball's going to be swiped and batted down by Eric Morris there from his linebacker spot.
Nice play. He was in the spot to make the play.
Sure was. You can tell they've repped that. You can tell Coach Mason's been having those linebackers drop and go to the right spots when they're dropping in pass coverage. You know, and the thing is, too, when the quarterback moves out of the pocket, you got to move your zone. You know, you got to move your spot.
Right.
Eric Morris he's liable to have a big year here on defense.
He's in the spot, too.
Yeah, those outside linebackers right there in this 3-3 stack, they're awfully important.
Yeah, they're your playmakers.
Right. A lot of times those are your C-gap defenders, so that's off tackle for the offense. That's where most offenses want to go.
Right. So that looks like all the...
That may be it for our defense, right? Looks like they broke away there.
Yeah.
We're going to get
they're taking their helmets off, which I couldn't tell you what none of the kids look like anymore anyways. Who is?
Interesting group there, like you say, if that's our first D. You know, we talked to Coach Cummerl about it. It's just between the 1s and the 2s, like you say, you didn't have Cobbins out there that time, and he's played real well. Looks like he might have come up bum a little bit, might have hurt his foot a little bit on something.
I think maybe his shoulder, JB.
You know, he was in on an awful lot of tackles, you know.
Sure was.
So at this point right here, there's no reason just to wear a kid down.
Right.
You want to get everybody you can.
Well, and, you know, with our brutal preseason schedule, you're going to try to stay healthy, too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's going to be key for us to have a shot in district, is to be able to stay healthy through this preseason.
Well, luckily, we get the bye week right after our preseason schedule.
Right.
So that's going to give us a chance for that, too. We're starting out on the road this year. Go to Winsboro.
You know, I was thinking about that earlier when you said going to Winsboro. I remember a game, maybe one of the only games I've ever been to in Winsboro. And I want to say it was Hugh Springs and Winsboro playing. And, Lord, I don't know when it was, but half the lights went out on the field, football field. So they played from the 50-yard line. They just played on one side of the field.
Really?
And then they'd flip it, and they'd go back that same way.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And if I'm not mistaken, Hugh Springs scored like in the final 30 seconds or some odd. Boy, that's a good-looking kid.
Yeah, that's got to be Casey Watson. Looks like here for this offensive period we're going to get, looks like DeAndre Hill's coming out. You may have seen all you need to see from him, especially after the last one at the quarterback scamper.
Yeah, well, there you go. We're talking about them numbers and staying healthy, and maybe a smart decision by the Bulls coaching staff there.
Let's see. Looks like Micah Perry's going to bring the play in.
They're talking to Cobbins to see how he's feeling.
In the backfield right now, we're going to have Eric Morris at the fullback, Amari at tailback, Tavian at halfback, and Hayden Green under center. Green starts his cadence. He's going to hand off to his fullback, Morris, and be stopped in the backfield. And that's probably the first stop that we've seen from Linden like that today.
Nice penetration by their defensive line right there on the right side over there.
Yeah, it looks like one of our guard tackle combos right there. Somebody didn't quite get him out of there.
Didn't communicate. You know, that's that young offensive line not communicating, you know.
But that's what my point was, though. I think that's the first one we've seen like that.
Right.
So, you know,
but that's
we've seen a lot of positives.
That's why they schedule these scrimmages, is to get that communication down.
Right, and a lot of times with these size schools right here, you've got a freshman at practice. You know, it's a little different when you got somebody going live.
Right.
5 down line for the Tigers defense. Inside trap play, handed off to Eric Morris. He dropped the ball. I didn't like the look of that one there either.
That was a weird-looking handoff to me. Like it's almost like a pitch.
Well, it looks like the handoff wasn't very clean, and it looks like your fullback was running outside of your guard trap block. The whole thing is right up the middle.
Right.
The inside guard trap is almost right up the center's behind.
Right, and for Morris's credit, this is his first year. We've seen him at fullback, so he's still got to learn how that goes.
That's right. And these live reps right here,
Right.
that's all we're talking about right here.
That's something Dorsey can work on in film room with Mr. Marsh right there on that one.
Right. It's his turn to get plenty of reps too, because you've seen enough from Black.
Right.
And you see what you got with James Bird there.
Right. Uh-oh.
I have a warning here from the official back judge.
Whitehat didn't like that, did he? I don't know if I've ever seen that in a scrimmage.
He might be getting him lined out. Uh-oh, another whistle.
Linden fan wasn't real happy with it. He's wanting to play ball over there.
Impatience over there from the Linden side on the visitor stands. They might be ready to see this one end. Hand off to Tavian in the backfield. Picks up a block or two.
Hey,
he's going to be spun down by a few Tigers.
pretty good work by 68, whoever that young man is getting out front there.
Yeah, he had two guards out there leading the way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be that ain't going to work there.
Is that McGee getting snaps at center on this go?
I thought so. I think so.
Green under center. Sends it back in motion. He's going to hand it to him. Looking for a block on the outside. He's going to be swallowed up and driven backwards. Penalty down on the far side of the field.
Tigers defense got coming with a little emotion, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a little fired up here.
Well, the coach, you know, that's what you do as a coach sometimes. You find a way to get a spark in your team. Them seeing him jump on that official or whatever was going on there.
Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see. You want to see that competitive edge.
Yes, sir. Then the coaching staff looks excited.
Yeah, I get a little more excited when DeAndre Hill comes out of the game.
Yeah. Young Amari.
Yeah.
But, you know, it goes, yeah.
Getting close to wrapping it up here, I'm sure, for both sides.
Yes, sir. Been a good workout.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good this morning. A lot of positives. A few things to work on, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of positives.
It's been nice up here, too, JB. They ain't sweated yet, and that's, boy.
Saying a lot.
Yes, sir.
Green under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Watson. Looks like up the middle. They'll be stacked up.
Not for sure. Well. Yeah, JB, I'm sure next week will be I'm sure we'll get a live half in next week, like a real game half in next week.
Yeah, we get closer and closer day by day.
Yeah, won't be long.
They'll start counting.
Yes, sir.
Start counting wins and losses.
Uh-oh, victory formation, baby. Sweetest of all. No,
not quite yet. Third down for the Bulls. Bad exchange. Green's going to ride it right up in the hole. And he took a negative and turned it into somewhat of a positive there.
I guess we jinxed us, JB, talking about it earlier. We hadn't had nothing said. We hadn't had nothing all game. 2 or 3 things we pointed out on this drive.
Spoken too soon.
Yes, sir. And don't you know them kids are liking this cooler weather.
So, walking it back. Looks like they may be resetting the chains. Might get another 4 downs here.
I'm thinking everybody may be on the verge of wanting to be done out there, kind of what it's looking like to me.
Well, except for these coaches here, they want to get some of these guys that don't normally get reps right here. This is where you build them.
Right. I say that. I said for me now. You know,
right.
There's a lot of kids out there that ain't nowhere near getting ready to be done. They're getting their first snaps. There's a little work to be done out there yet, though. We'll sure be competitive in district.
For sure, the district is going to be it's going to be competitive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out.
Right. Hey, we've been talking. It could go a lot of different ways.
It could go a lot of different ways. You've got down the other end of the county, you got the heavy favorites.
Yeah.
In our eyes, we're two. In our eyes.
Yeah, should be. Yeah.
Yeah. Chisholm is coming off a good playoff run. Looks like it's going to be sweep here around this left side here.
Pretty good block right there.
Gets a block or two. He's going to have a good game, right about 11 yards.
Yeah, Chisholm's my wild card, I think.
Yeah, Chisholm's going to be better.
I think they're going to be pretty good.
The two top backs they had were juniors coming back.
Right. That good-looking tight end that played both ways, he's coming back.
We talked about the success they had in other sports.
Right. Yeah, went to the regional tournament in basketball, went 2 or 3 rounds deep in baseball.
And then you got the top 4, which I think is a lock, is, Dangerfield, us, Chisholm, and then Hooks. Hooks is the other question. How good is Hooks going to be?
Right.
Last year we barely squeaked out that win at Sam Parker.
Yeah. And now,
trap play up the middle to Eric Morris.
We got
He runs hard and he's going to have a first down. Late hit.
Oh, yeah, well, he's just trying to play. And a thing with Hooks, too, JB, we caught Hooks at the right time last year.
Yeah, we sure did.
If we'd have caught Hooks another 3 weeks down the road, it could have been a different outcome, is what I'm saying. I thought Hooks was good last year.
Hooks was very good last year.
And,
from what we've heard, they've got a quarterback coming in.
They have a quarterback moved in, what we was told.
Some of those teams, that's what, I tell you about, especially the more you throw the ball, the coaching's a big part of it, but the better quarterback you got, that's what your ceiling is.
Right.
Green goes under center. 1st and 10 for the Bulls. Cobbins in motion.
We're not, boy.
23 looks like he's beat us a couple of times on that side.
Yeah, not.
So I guess we're marking it back. That counts as a turnover for us.
You're right. I guess we'll go back to the 20. I think maybe we're done.
Coach Cumro's calling him for a huddle. He wants to say something. If you're Coach Cumro, you don't want to end on a note like that.
We're gonna run a dive one more time right here.
Well, that one right there, that's what you hate to see. When you're running the dive like that, you at least got to be able to see a successful snap exchange and handoff.
Yeah, well,
if you're getting blown up on your dive,
your offensive lineman getting shoved back into your quarterback, into your fullback right there is
yeah, it's not good for this offense or any offense.
No, not at all. And like I said, I feel well confident that's gonna take care of itself.
They'll get it fixed.
Oh yeah.
Under center.
Little start.
This time he's going to sprint out. Gets a block from Tavian. Looks for the corner route from Mackay.
Nice throw.
And through his hands. Very good ball thrown, just like you said.
That was accurate, wasn't it, JB?
Sure was.
On the run.
I like how he bought a little more time.
Right.
Initially it wasn't there. He got the block from Tavian, was real impressive.
Right.
Not give up on it.
Pass interference defense with that side Judge O'Vera's calling.
Really?
Man, they have thrown more flags today. Hope this ain't something of things to come.
I hope not either.
Let them play.
Last year, actually, it's what you reminded me. You remember that preseason run we had last year? We would have 2 or 3 false starts a game almost. It seemed like.
Talking about.
And with we'll get talking about it. If we have them, we'll talk about how those penalties they just slow down and bog down this offense.
Oh yeah.
So you want to see some of that cleaned up.
And so far, we didn't see none of that today. We didn't see no false starts today, I don't believe.
And as the two teams come apart here, that may be the end that you see.
The seconds are going to go 6 yards.
We'll do them.
Well, maybe not quite. We're still having a little communication. Might get some more second team work here.
You're here against somebody else. You probably want to go ahead. Coaches want to go ahead and get to work, I'm sure.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of what you got right here.
Right. What? Yeah. Good breeze blowing. Hey, some young man somewhere not happy.
So yeah, like you talk about, it's good to be back home here. This may be our last one, or I mean last time here for a few weeks. We'll go Scrimmage Commerce next week, and like you say, we go to Winsboro,
To
to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Start off on the road with
Be another month before we're back up here.
Right.
I've seen them, many of them up here, JB.
Sure is nice.
Yes, sir. Best seat in the house, baby. Best seat in the house. Excuse me. Good breeze. I think I heard them two not have 6 plays.
Yeah, I think that's the word we got. See a little more. Yeah, like you talked about, it's good to be back home here.
Probably
this is probably where they both came together today.
Last time here for a few
guys here.
Right.
We'll go Scrimmage Commerce next week.
And you know, ultimately,
And like you say, we go to Winsboro,
to
Atlanta.
I think Herkier
Start off on the road with
be another month before we're back.
Yeah,
You know, because you had the JV kid that's going to have to stand on the varsity sideline and not get no snaps.
Right.
Whereas he would get, 60 snaps on a Thursday night.
Yeah, that's it too. And you talk about what's better for him. Is it better for him to play 5 or 10 plays on a Friday night? Chase kicks, chase punts.
Right.
Or is it better for him to,
be the workhorse on Thursday night?
Right. There's arguments to be made for it for both sides.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm like you though. It's best to play. That's how you get better, is playing the game.
Well, yeah. And if you have to play a bunch of them young freshmen or young kids here early, it's like I said, it may not be good here early, but it's going to pay off in the end.
Right.
And it may not be this year when it pays off for them.
And that's what you talk about too with the brutal preseason. That's what too. Do you want to have a JV and then only roll with 20, 23 on your varsity squad, or
Yeah, see, that's got to be.
It's like you say, how do you go play Mount Vernon and Salina, come here to the house, and you roll out 25 kids out there, it's tough.
Right, and on a Thursday night, you're going to travel 11 to their place.
Yeah,
or 12, just enough,
may have 12 or 13 kids.
Just enough to field a squad.
So it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out.
So this is pretty much the JVs. What would be the 2 JVs, I think?
2 backs from the Tigers. Quarterback play action, rolls out to the right.
Oh.
That's going to be an incomplete pass in the flat.
That 3 is going to end up being good, I bet you. I bet you he's a freshman. Their quarterback. He is an athlete. You can tell by looking at him, he's an athlete.
Yeah, Linden here, especially with their 2s right here, they like that pro set and that play action pass out there to the flats.
Keeping it in that young man's hands. They're long, boy.
Split backs for the Tigers. He's going to hand it off to the fullback up the middle, be met in the hole.
J.D. Smith.
By J.D. Smith.
Got to wrap him up. Once again, impressed Coach Mason there.
That young man right there, when he gets a little more of that grown man to him.
And a little more knowledge of, how fast the game is too, just a freshman.
Well, he's playing it. He's feeling it hard right now. And that's the toughest thing to ask for your young linebackers right there, is to feel now.
Oh yeah, you got the battle won when you get him to feel like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you going the right direction. So now you just got to finish it.
Right.
He's not taking any time to diagnose it. He's right now.
Yeah, you're not coaching that. I mean, that's him wanting to go get it.
That's like you say, you got Coach Mason fired up there. He knows he's got something in the future right there.
That's a couple times he's went to JD for filling the hole like that.
Under center, 3 receivers split out. May see quarterback sweep here. He's going to throw out here to the flats and be caught. Pursued by the Bulls defense. And gang tackling there by the Bulls defense.
coach got fired up on that one, didn't he?
That right there gets the Pewitt side fired up.
Yes, sir. You gotta like to see the young men getting after it.
That's what, especially here with the new defensive scheme and defensive staff right here, that's impressive to me is the pursuit.
Yeah.
That's half of it right there is everybody flying to the football.
Yep.
You know.
One thing I've noticed too, JB, is a lot of the coaches, they doing a lot of coaching up in between the plays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what you want to see, especially with this scrimmage today, because, you know, when you get to go in your, real games, you know, your coach is on your sideline. So with these scrimmages right here, you want to coach them up just about every play, what they did good, what they did bad.
Yep.
Building that confidence.
Yes, sir. White hat bagging them up. Oh, we don't. Yeah.
Coach Mason getting his defense fired up there.
Yeah. I believe he was hollering sweep. 2
backs. Quarterback's going to sprint out.
Yeah.
Be tackled from behind. It looks like young Watson.
Hey. Yes, sir. Freshman class got a couple ballers in it, don't it?
Yeah, they sure do. Looks like Coach Freeman's bringing his group together right there. He's going to try to get some better execution out of them.
Yeah.
That time right there, quarterback just tried to sprint out to his right. He didn't have much of a chance.
No. 2 steps, and Watson was on his back. Look at never mind.
Watson's been relentless in his pursuit today.
He sure has. He gets a pretty good jump off the ball, too.
So here we go. Twins right. Under center. Quarterback's going to sprint out again. Looks to get the edge. He's going to throw it. That pass is going to be broke on by Mekhi Perry. It'll be incomplete.
So that's the difference between 2 defenses there, JB. Mekhi seen the ball coming then. The receiver, he was still running down the field. He never is. In the old defense, we'd have been chasing that receiver down the field, and Perry would never have been there.
Excellent point. Excellent point.
He seen the ball coming.
We're going to be able to talk about that a ton this year, And, especially people in our community, everybody's kind of got their, their thoughts on what's happening. And I was a fan of the defense last year, but that's just one of those things.
Right.
Like you talk about. When you're playing nothing but man coverage, you have no chance to see the ball.
Right.
And then that's like you talk about on this high school level right here. It's not going to be executed great every time.
No.
So you'll have an offensive receiver that hadn't even turned for the ball yet. Meanwhile, the quarterback's getting pressure on him. He's got to get it out.
Right.
So here we go. I formation again for the Tigers. Quarterback's going to sprint out to the right.
3 again, boy. 3 is running him down.
Behind by Casey Watson.
Wow. Yeah, not that the defense was bad at all last year. By no means. I thought it was good, but it's different. Like
2 different styles.
2 different styles.
2 different styles.
2 different styles.
There's more than one way to get it done. We know that.
Yeah.
But it's like you say, that's a benefit of having your eyes at the quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
This is Pewitt's first year going back to the 3-3 stack. It's been a defense that we've ran before, probably almost a decade ago. I'm a really big fan of it myself, but it can be tough. Just like anything, it's got its pros and weaknesses. But from what I've seen from the linebackers today, the way they field, you're going to have some defensive linemen, it's like we talk about. What are they going to do with the freshmen, the JV class? Well, a kid like Watson, we've seen him make plays today. You got to argue he's got to play.
He's going to make, he's going to make plays on either one of them.
Yeah, you need a kid like that for 25, 30 plays, on a Friday night.
Right.
And you got different builds and different types of kids right there. I mean, that kid right there, he's going to have more pursuit than some of the other kids are going to line up there, no matter what grade he's in.
Right.
And this
3-3 natural ability.
That 3-3 stack defense is just, relentless pursuit and speed,
Yeah. Like I said, I knew Coach Mason, he was going to have him getting after it. I knew that for sure.
Yeah, that's what we had heard.
That's the way he's built.
Right.
The way he's wired,
Right. Knowing his background, we know he's been around some good defenses.
Right.
So we're going to get some of our number 2s on offense here, some more.
Yeah.
This looks like more freshmen, doesn't it?
Yeah. I see Bird out there, and there's Cobbins.
He looks like he's limping a little bit. I think, like I say, his ankle got rolled up maybe, or one of those tackles he might have got stepped on or rolled up on.
Yeah.
As many tackles as he was flying in on here to start day off.
Hey, he had double-digit tackles in the first 25 plays.
Well, looks like you got James Bird back there at fullback. Somebody early. You know what? We've been working out the offensive line stuff. You know, last series we got blown up a few times. But speaking specifically just off the backfield, we've got a lot of options, you ask me. And there's not been, we've had some offensive line miscues. But when you've seen Cobbins go in at the quarterback spot and when Black took snaps at quarterback, my point is that the twos haven't looked that far off the ones as far as execution.
It's not that big of a fall off.
Right. As far as execution, that's what you want to see. He's going to hand it off to Bird, banging it up the middle. Come on, stay low, run with your pads.
Hold on to the ball.
And see that right there is his youth. You know, he'll understand that he can push that and get a few more yards out of that.
You know, that's such a big deal, JB, when you're at a smaller school about the difference between your ones and your twos. You know, when you go play a bigger school, your two, your ones be a lot of times playing as their two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like we talked about. That's the difference in being able to practice at a larger school. When you're at a smaller school, say if you're running your spread attack, your number one receiver is more than likely your number one corner.
Right.
Where
you gonna have? Which side of the ball you gonna have practice?
Right. So it's hard for him to get good work on the other side or versus himself. What I mean? Inside trap play to James Bird, gets a block, stumbles.
Hey,
They're going to strip him, try to strip him from behind, and they can't stop him.
Hey, he reads the block pretty well, JB.
Yeah, he sure did. Who was that getting the block out here from that split-in spot? 88?
88.
Good block there. Inside trap play's been good.
No more than we've seen Bird run the ball. He got pretty good vision. He reads the block pretty well.
I don't think we got to see him get in game and carry it none last year, did we?
No.
We just played defense mainly.
His fame from last year was a boy from Salina kind of.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I figure he may have a little payback coming this year maybe.
I hope so.
I'm sure he probably still remember number.
May see sweep going the other way.
Halfback dive. No.
Sweep going the other way. Oh, man. I know he's waiting for that, grass to come outside right there, but he could have hit that one.
They better get.
After that gain there, it's going to bring up second down on the down marker. Shuffling in a few more kids in and out.
Trying to get that last little bit of work in.
That's right. We had to figure out who 51 is right here. We know he had a different number on too. Another tall kid.
Where at?
In the huddle there, probably playing tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Another tall kid.
Oh, sure he is.
Smith in at fullback. Cobbins hands it off, looks like to Joey Green. Turns up. Them Linden Tigers are stripping that football.
Hey, 51 had a pretty good push there too, JB.
These Pewitt running backs better hold on to it tight.
Yeah.
Look like they've been working the strip drill over there in Linden.
Hey, if he can get you one turnover a game. Ooh, it's nice to see the football back on the field.
Exciting time. Football's back, baby.
Woo.
On all levels.
On all levels. I'm one person that's glad about it.
I sure am, too. Cobbins under center. Sends his tailback in motion. It's going to be a bad snap. Drop between his legs.
He's not healthy in there.
No, he's limping around a little bit. Now, who else have we seen play quarterback besides him and DeAndre? That's it, right?
That's all we've seen. Morris was back up last year a lot. Wasn't Morris the backup quarterback last year?
Right. Have we not seen him get no work in practice?
I hadn't seen him today.
Because that's the only thing I'm thinking is, if Cobbins comes out, who's taking snaps, right? That may be where Reggie Cumro is right now.
Yeah, we're not going to run quarterback sweep or nothing. Just hand it off.
Yeah, just give me what you got.
Yeah, get it handed off.
Hand it off to Young Smith here. There he is. He's going to hand it off to his fullback, Smith. Breaks the tackle.
That young man's way on tight, too.
Yeah, you had told me talking about some of the sub games, the junior high games last year. You told me he had been a player to watch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fearless was almost the word you described him with.
It's hard to use that word out here, but yeah. Yes, sir.
And that right there, that looks like that may be the end of it
Yeah,
right
we
there.
got some handshaking going on.
So,
guess they're gonna let them shake hands this year. Last year we tackled each other and rode around with each other for 3 hours, and then we couldn't shake hands.
yeah, couldn't shake hands. Yeah. Well, you know, we're not scientists. Don't
No,
leave
sir.
that up to us.
No, sir.
We just like watching Paul Pewitt football.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's going to conclude our morning this morning. A lot of positive things, got to say.
Yeah, JB. Not bad at all.
You know, I think we had just a couple of drop snaps.
Yeah.
We've got a few guys that got banged up a little bit today. You know, it's probably been a rough 2 days for some of them. You know, legs feeling a little heavy.
Yes, sir.
Getting into the season right here, getting things rolling.
And all in all, though, it was pretty clean, pretty successful scrimmage, I think.
I like a lot of what I've seen. Offensively, we had really good execution, especially with the starters.
And
you know,
the interact, what's the word I'm looking for? The versatility. I don't know exactly the word I'm looking for. But the combinations that you can have, I guess.
That's right.
That's possible.
Right. That's right. Had guys lining up in different spots. I think a lot of really good positives there on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
You know, this 3-3 stack, like I say, you're going to hear me talk about it some. You know, I'm a fan of it. It can be ran really great. You know, and then at times it's got its cons too. You know, but I like the pursuit that I've seen from everybody, and that's something that you want to see, especially early in the year.
And you know, this defense is new to these kids too. This is the first time they've run the defense. You know.
Yep, guys in a few different spots. You know, lining up in different ways, different coverages. Like you say, looks like we're going to see a lot more zone coverage. You know, looks like we'll still see some aggressive blitzing and movement, stemming, stuff like that. So, all in all, I think we've got a really good positive note here on this Saturday.
Can't wait, boy.
That's right. You guys stay tuned. We'll be in Commerce next Thursday, I think 6 o'clock or so. Enjoyed any of you that were with us, and we're looking forward to this 2021 football season.
Good night. God bless, and go Bulls.
You never get relaxed. As a result, guess what? They start hitting us in the mouth. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, Mo. Happen like that. Flashback. Last game of the year last year. What kind of lead do we have? The momentum is a beast. Just so y'all know that. Like, we gotta learn to finish. That lets us know we need to condition a little more. Now, we got a great mindset, but now we gotta have that mindset. We're gonna finish. We're going to finish. But y'all have already shown that we'll be able to do that. But I know it's our eating the drive too, because I heard some people like, come on. Y'all trying to lift each other up. Y'all doing it the right way. I like that. The stand sign and different times, they'll tell the team apart when you get to beating each other down, blaming people. I seen something earlier one time, it was a touchdown over there. Not once did I see somebody start bickering at anyone. Just turn right. Y'all just buckle down. Right there, we buckle down. Alright? Good job today. We've seen some good things in this trip. I love it. That's exciting, guys. And that's contagious, too. Now we got to carry that on to the next week. We're going to watch film. Tell you guys, be coachable. Don't get your feelings hurt. Be coachable. If you want to get better, guess what? You're not going to get your feelings hurt. Don't try to explain, well, what I was trying to do is, I'm not trying to hear that. Now we are at a point like that, we're trying to coach you, and you're trying to explain and get defensive, on to the next person. Because we don't want to get into a game where we need to change something on the run, and you trying to give excuses. Don't get satisfied, but that was a good job for coming out there for the first time. Okay? Coach, y'all have anything? Monday, we're going to practice at 8:30 Monday. Practice be ready to start at 8:30 on Monday. Also, you younger guys, we're all friendly. Everybody got that. First, all freshmen stand, and you young guys, if you didn't get any reps in that scrimmage, you're stand right here. You want to do offense first or defense?
You just didn't use the book?
You want to run out stuff.
So let's,
or Team D, okay.
So Team D, you just want to use the book because we're not going to. Well, we'll go get the book. Let's go offense first. We'll go 10 or 15 or 12, 15 plays. We'll go 12, 15 plays, and you guys go. That'll be ready.
All right. But everyone else, if we don't call your name, tell them to the side until we dismiss you to go in, okay?